Yo, in this video, we will just go through every single AP item in the game, and I'll give some thoughts on them, and that'll be about it. But before we begin, I hope you guys are having a good morning and night to show and fit shit like that. Although I am not, because I did a DK game and I played against Kai'Sa, and I just feel like saying that I absolutely despise playing against Kai'Sa. And that champion literally ruined my day. It's such a disgusting champion, and if I have one wish for next season, it is that Kai'Sa stops existing. So, with that said, if you guys want to share your wishes for the next season and what you hope will happen, feel free to share below in the comment section. I would like to hear. But I hope everyone joins me in my prayers of removing Kai'Sa from the existence of planet Earth. Thank you. One item I think will kind of help contribute to that is Nash's Tooth. It gives 10 less AD now. It usually gives 100, I think, which means that she automatically gets an evolve on buying this item. I kind of like, meaning that she's forced into buying 2 or just taking Gathering Storm or some cheesy thing. Or adaptive if she's going AP. As you can see, I'm close to 100. And then just the Doran's Ring or something should do the trick. So, who knows? Maybe they'll just do Doran's Ring and then Nash's Tooth and rest AD. We do not know what Kai'Sa plays cook. This function is the same though. Still scales with AP. Most of the tooltips or whatever doesn't quite like work properly. And then the second item is this one. It's the Serious Effect item, which I think you guys saw yesterday. Which is basically one of the items I think will be most viable on Twitch now. It's this one here. But then if you do end up killing them, I'm pretty sure you get that massive like lightning effect that deals a weird damage. So this item here is really cool. I like it a lot. This one here does not work, even though it says whenever you damage an enemy champion with your ultimate, and technically I am damaging a champion with my ultimate right now. It unfortunately does not work. Maybe Riot could make a change to that. It would be really funny, but I doubt they will. I doubt they care. A Riftmaker, another item. I think it's been mentioned before. I showed it before, but it basically is the same one, just true damage instead. But it'll also help you with healing now. If I take off my HP regen, I go here. Which is one of the reasons why I think that Riftmaker could be a funny item now. It's because it gives you some sustain. And I think that sustain, generally speaking, is very underrated. Even though it didn't seem like a lot right now. But with some AP, I think you get a difference. And Roar's been changed. Gives 90 AP now. Still not too bad. It's no survivability, also giving that healing effect. But it doesn't really have any like other effects other than that. Then you have Archangel Staff kind of functioning the same way again. So I think like really if you want to go for like some funny scaling build, I think it would be funny to like do something like this too. And then you also get the mana item which I had yesterday, which is this one. And how this item works is that every 3 seconds or so you get a stack. And then at 6 stacks you will deal maximum amount of damage. We can see that from using one spell now. Damaging abilities consume all shots. Actually procced off my storm, so let me just get rid of that real quick. So right now it's a 4. But then for every stack I get, it's going to do more. It's hard to tell what is what here, but it is what it is. And then it also deals AoE damage to my understanding. And 1 additional nearby target per charge. So if my understanding is correct, everyone will take damage. But it's only 82. So they want to take 1 charge, I assume. I think this item was mediocre and not very like special. It's still nice though. It's one of the like things that will actually give you like some additional damage. Then you have this one here. I'm not sure what kind of role you can get this one to play. It's obviously just a magic pen item. And it creates this bloom that heals you. Still can be funny and interesting, as it does seem to have some decent AP scaling. And if you manage to get items such as like Rabadon, as an example, like now we're talking 300, right? And then we get Shadow Flame as well. We're up to 800, so it's going to be about 400 heal, right? So it's not too bad. And that is the second item we'll be looking at, which is Shadow Flame. And the thing I was curious about this one is it says it crits when they're below 35% HP, dealing 20% increased damage. But I wasn't sure if that meant that they took 20% increased damage plus the crit, or if the crit meant that it dealt 20% more damage. So that is basically what we're going to figure out now. So we can see that my poison now are max stacks, dealing 70. Whereas on a normal target, it's dealing 53. So it looks to be that the crit actually just means that they will take 20% increased damage, and not that it will crit and deal like crit damage amplifier. It will just do 20% more damage, which is still nice. I really like this item, and I think that this and Storm Surge is going to be very viable now. And this one I did say that I'm like not fully sold on, even though it's nice, because at the end of the day you do need Death Cap, and Nash's Tooth I would also argue is kind of mandatory. So at the end of the day this could be your build, but then you are missing out on something like Hourglass, or as an example Riftmaker. But given the fact of the AP value of Hourglass, I think that this will probably be one of the finished builds that we end up getting in most games. And then of course Horizon Focus is nice, giving 10% increased damage, but the fact that it gives less AP than Hourglass as an example just kind of like makes this one less relevant now than I would say it is currently. And obviously you have funny items such as like Pro Bell, although I think those are like more utility items. Although it could be funny to play some kind of build involving Hextech. Other than that, I don't really think there are too many other items to cover. I think those are all of them. Where's Ash? There she is. And yeah, this one here. Oh yeah, one thing that really annoys me is that stuff like this, even though it works now, like okay, no comment. Wait, Ash. So I don't know. I just really like this item. I don't think there's much more than this to cover. What they do, as it is pretty basic. Most of the ones, obviously, we have stuff like Leandry's too, but I don't think that is very viable. Although again, can be some fun builds involving Leandry's, but I think there are other ones that are better. And we've seen how limited we become on items once we start filling up or getting the basic ones. And even then, we're kind of missing out on this one if we are needing magic penetration, which is now at 40%, which is kind of cracked too. So yeah, at least this is a rundown of the items, how they work, what they do, etc. Shit like that. If you guys would like to see me try something in particular, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, take care. Peace.